Welcome to this special edition of Medical Moments. My name is Janae Sutton. I'm the Director of Health and Family Services for Hardin County Schools. We welcome you here today to learn more about the wonderful services from Cumberland Family Medical. Today we have with us two of our wonderful experts in the field that take care of our students and our staff every day. So we're going to start first with our nurse, Ginger Williams.
Nice to see you. Thank you for having me, Janae.
Ginger, could you tell the folks just a little bit about yourself, school you serve at, and just kind of your background?
So I've been here at Rineyville Elementary for 2 years. I love the kids here. I love the families here. I treat these kids like they're my own. Anytime they're sick, it hurts my heart, and I want to do whatever's best for them. So if they come in with fevers, or if they're vomiting, or any other major symptoms, I will call the family, call the parents, guardians, ask if they would like for their child to be seen by the nurse practitioner, and I can arrange a visit with our wonderful nurse practitioner, Cassie.
And that is something that our system is truly fortunate to also have, are the nurse practitioners that are with Cumberland Family Medical. And today, as Ginger shared with you, we're being joined by nurse practitioner Cassie.
Hi, my name is Cassie Curry. I've been a nurse practitioner with Cumberland Family Medical since November of 2019, and I've been able to serve this community for the 5 years since 2019, and
it's been a wonderful journey to get us here to Cumberland Family Medical. Myself, I've been with Hardin County Schools for 28 years, began about 14 years in this role as Director of Health and Family Services. At that time, we partnered with another health agency in our community, the Lincoln Trail Behavioral Health Department, who supported our students as well as our staff in health services at that time. Due to some changes with the Department of Public Health, and when that was no longer available, we were able to begin conversations with Cumberland Family Medical and Ibby Hopper. She is the Senior Director for School Health Services with Cumberland Family Medical. She serves directly under Dr. Eric Loy, who is the Chief Medical Officer, and had a vision many years ago to open up Cumberland Family Medical. It is a federally qualified health center that serves students and staff throughout the Bluegrass, and with many key services. The purpose of Cumberland Family Medical, though, please understand, is to not replace anyone's medical home. It's to give those emergent services, provide support within the school, and then there are students that we have throughout the day also that have some chronic health needs, whether it's diabetic care, G-tube feedings, and so forth. So we often see those services being provided. So today we're just going to learn a little bit more. Ginger touched a little bit about a day in the life of. So I'm just going to go back to Ginger and have her share. So a day in the life of a school nurse at Rineyville. I know that you've served in many different positions with your licensure. How has being a school nurse a different, or even maybe the same as some other things that you've served?
Well, mostly my history is in cardiothoracic surgery, so this is definitely a little different. It's still stressful. You still have kids' lives in your hands, and you always want to do what's best for them. So it's very rewarding when I can help a kid through Cassie, and I can get them medicine to help them feel better, and at least get them home to where they can rest and come back to school healthy. It's made my day.
When my kiddos were part of Hardin County Schools, I know the school nurse, if there was a headache, those are things that could, so if we could start out, first of all, talk about the over-the-counter meds. That's your just basic level of care that you're allowed to.
Of course, yes, on our registration form, which we hand out at the beginning of the year, we send that home for parents and guardians to sign. We can give out, if parents and guardians do sign it, we can administer over-the-counter medications like Tylenol, Advil, Claritin for allergies, some topical agents like Neosporin or antibacterial cream or hydrocortisone cream for rashes or itches or bug bites. So it's a great service that we can offer for these kids.
So we've got a headache. We come to you, and after the headache, you take a temperature because you're going to do a basic assessment.
Correct.
So my child has a temperature. Where could that go that would then connect our kiddos to nurse practitioner Cassie?
Well, so if they've got a temperature, even if it's elevated and not our technical temperature, I will usually always call parents, let them know that something is going on, they're just not quite right, and would you like for us to proceed further and maybe run some tests? We can run strep, we can run a flu test, we can run COVID test. We even have RSV tests this year that we can run. And they will then give consent for us to arrange a visit for the nurse practitioner.
So Cassie, you then arrive and save the day. We're going to talk a little bit about if you can't arrive because you're serving students in a little bit about
Yes,
telehealth.
absolutely.
But let's start with, so you have arrived.
So once I've arrived, we do a general head-to-toe assessment to make sure that there were any other further tests that need to be run if we did not run them. And then once the test results are out and I do the assessment, then we call and speak with the guardian and talk to them about the plan of care at that point, whether or not the child needs to go home based upon are they contagious or will it be best for the child at the time to go home and rest to be better.
And that's the wonderful thing that we have found through our school system. Not just that our children are getting quicker treatment, but that there are situations, there's a sinus infection or an ear infection. And as she said, we always default to the parent. Would you like to come pick up your child? But if they're not contagious, if they're not running that fever, no active vomiting or any other gastro issues, your child very well might be able to just stay at school. Tell about how the prescription, because when my mom took me to the doctor would give her a paper prescription that that she would have to turn into the pharmacy. How is that advanced?
So we have developed our advancements in eScript, so our computer systems are able to prescribe by by eScribe, and they can go pick up their prescriptions. So hopefully if the parent comes to pick up the child, by the time the parent comes to pick up the child, they're able to go to the pharmacy, pick up the prescription and go home. So hopefully that will also help instill to where they don't have to take off a whole full day, essentially.
It's wonderful, folks. So Miss Ginger, Nurse Ginger, she will see my child, do the basic assessment. Nurse Practitioner Cassie will come in, do a further assessment, diagnose. I'm still at work. I'm still, for example, right now, I could still be at central office while they're doing all these pieces with my child. I'm finishing up a meeting. And then I understand that the medicine, and we always know it takes 30 minutes to a couple of hours for that pharmacy to fill that script. So you go pick your child up from school if need be, pick that prescription up on the way home, and everybody is safe and on their way to getting well, which is what we want. It reduces the spread of disease, it reduces recovery time and so forth. But now, Nurse Practitioner Cassie, you don't just cover Ronnieville Elementary. Tell us about all the other places that you cover, if you want to share that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I cover 8 schools to start with Ronnieville Elementary. I also cover New Highland Elementary, Bluegrass Middle School, John Hardin High School, Heartland Elementary, Lincoln Trail Elementary, EC3, our Early College Career Center, and College View.
So scenario, it's 1:30. A student has come to Nurse Ginger, fever, sore throat, gives appearance of strep throat. Parent has given permission. You're at Heartland, which is a good distance at 1:30. You're probably not going to make it back here before the buses. What happens then? Does the child just go untreated?
No, if they give consent for me to see them, then we do have services, telehealth services. And it's through Tido Care, and it is absolutely amazing. If the parents are there or guardians are there, they're able to visualize with us, and the child is as well, along with the nurse. So they can kind of see what I see. And a lot of times it does even a better job than what our own different eyes can be, yes, for sure. So we're all able to see it together. So if their ear hurts, we're able to see, or the mom's able to see, or the dad's able to see, or guardian, what we're seeing, so we can kind of explain and describe what's going on. So it really has been a great feature. We're able to listen to their heart and lungs through that, and we're able to visualize the back of the throat, and just kind of go over everything with them. So.
And this Title Care, while it's relatively new, it's not brand new to Cumberland Health. It's been going on for a couple of school years. Ginger, could you tell a little bit your training, because the Title Care, the instrumentation doesn't just work itself. So your school nurse is going to be sitting there with your child while the healthcare provider may be at another school seeing things. Could you tell us about your training and a little bit about what you think about Title?
Sure. Title Care is amazing. We have taken care of hundreds, thousands of kids through Title Care. And it sometimes does require a little bit of technical, reworkings. We have to, restart the modems for the computer, and we have to, troubleshoot. And but that's part of being a nurse. We just troubleshoot, and we get through things, and we work through it. So there's definitely a little bit of a learning curve using the Title Care, especially inserting the otoscope so that Cassie can see exactly what she needs to see. We generally have a nice little routine that we go through. We typically look at a good ear first, and then a bad ear, and then we go to the heart and lungs and listen to the heart and lungs, and we look at the throat. So it's definitely an amazing tool to help kids.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that kind of gives the basics on our sick child visits, but there are many other things that Cumberland Family Medical provides during the school year, as well as support even throughout the summer. So you can see why Hardin County Schools is so excited to be able to partner year after year with Cumberland. We're going to touch now on special health care needs. What are some of the special health care needs, chronic needs that you might see here at your school?
Sure. So we have some kids that have some seizure disorders. I've got a lot of kids that have emergency medications for allergies, peanuts, bees. Unfortunately, our teachers are amazing, and they are very proactive at keeping kids away from some of those allergens in their classrooms. And then, of course, medications. If we have the appropriate paperwork signed, then we can administer prescribed medications from physicians that some kids need.
We're going to be May tomorrow. So in the life of a school nurse, you have some students that have those special health care needs. What is already going on paperwork-wise that our families need to know about, our parents, that they'll be getting in the mail just to get ready for next school year?
Right. So, by the end of the year, we'll have to, any of those emergency medications or just prescription medications.
Good morning, Ryanville. If we could please have preschool and kindergarten to start lining up on the black line at the beginning of the cafeteria entrance. So preschool and kindergarten, go ahead and start lining up on the black line at the entrance of the cafeteria.
We have to
I
change
don't
this.
have any catheters.
Oh, okay.
That might be something that you have to do, but
Yeah.
we can touch on it.
Okay.
Or what was I talking about? Yes, by the end of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by the end of the year, so we're getting ready to start up.
Okay.
There you go.
So by the end of the year, by the last day of school, parents need to have picked up all of those emergency medications or prescription medications. As close as next week, we will be sending out paperwork for next year. The medication orders, any allergy plan, seizure plans, diabetic plans, we send those out over the summer so that if you do see your healthcare provider, you can go ahead and get those signed and taken care of for the next school year.
It's important to note that in order to stay up to date and most current with a child's care, any of those medical orders, any of those permissions last one school year. So from July 1 until June 30th, because we know we have some of your kiddos that might come to a summer camp or an activity in late May or June. when schools are not technically in session, but there's activities going on campus. And so when that paperwork comes in, Cassie, you look at, review, talk to parents to get ready. What does that look like at the beginning of a school year?
For the beginning of the school year. So the school nurses and I can kind of help. We'll look at the paperwork to make sure that have they signed up for a well child? Did they sign consent for them to do over-the-counter medications or to do nurse services, and then also behavioral health services.
Let's touch into that well child. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yes.
So we have well child visits. Each year you should be taking your child to a wonderful healthcare provider. Just check them head to toe and make sure all things. Talk about that as well as sports physicals, because sometimes getting into my healthcare provider might be difficult.
Yeah.
On me, I've not planned well and not made my appointment the last time I was there. So how does Cumberland and you guys step in?
So as you touched base earlier about, our purpose is to not take away from any of the healthcare providers here. We're here to serve all of the ones that don't have healthcare providers, but then also, to get in the ones that need to on the last minute basis. But we do provide well child services, preventative services, and things like that to any of the children that are needing a sports physical or well child. And we also have services through the summer. We have 3 dates that will cover each high school, so each area, so to make sure that we cover everybody and get everybody their sports physical and well child.
So parents, we've heard that if you've got a child at North, John, Central, College View, EC3, be looking out. Your athletic directors, whether they're a middle school athlete that needs that KHSAA physical or they're a high school athlete, nurse practitioner Cassie, and she's joined also with Lindsay that is in the north end, and Katie that's in the south end, and a full team of school nurses that will be there waiting at those schools to help you out. In addition, we have another lovely community partner, Baptist Health. Baptist Health Hardin, they also come out and do sports physicals during the summer for our kiddos. But you know as well as I do, you're hearing about sick child visits, you're hearing about taking care of chronic needs, and these physicals, it can't all be for free. So looking at the billing, how does that work?
So our billing is billed through our central office essentially, and that's in, I believe, Russell Springs. And they will bill it just as a visit would. You would get a well child, for instance, and that is, you get one a year with your insurance, so that's billed through them. If you were to get a bill that you feel is not correct, our billing department is wonderful. Just call them, talk to them. Again, we're federally qualified, so they will work through everything, and we accept all insurances, and then we also, even if you don't have insurance, have a sliding scale fee.
Full disclosure, I myself have used Cumberland Family Medical. Cassie is the nurse practitioner for the central office pod, and she has been my healthcare provider. I didn't have an opportunity. I couldn't get into my regular doctor, had some sinus things going on. My insurance was billed. They accept all insurances. Our Fort Knox families that we love that are military connected, they have worked and they accept TRICARE as well. They accept state insurances as well, and they do work with you. We've had, at this point, we're in about 4 years with Cumberland Family Medical on our partnership. I can count on one hand the issues that I've heard about billing, and once, as she said, they talk to the billing department, they might need to rerun it. An example of something that's happened is that a parent did a well child visit less than a school year, but then they didn't think and took them for a sports physical, and your insurances don't like that. Cumberland Family works
Sorry
wonderfully.
for the wait.
Cumberland Family Medical is wonderful about working with any of those charges if need be, and so forth. They've also been super supportive. We've had some families in some financial situations and have been super kind. Their purpose is to meet health needs. That's their goal, which makes it wonderful, from Dr. Loy to Ibby Hopper, Amy Hall, that is our Director of School Health Services, Lindsay Driscoll, that's their Regional RN Manager, Ginger, Cassie, the whole team. They're here to serve you, and we're just so blessed to have you guys.
My name is Amber, founder of Life Force Wellness Center, and today I'm here with Shelby, And Shelby's had a little bit of a stressful morning. And so one of the things that we both really love here, especially to help with stress and different things like that, is brain tap. So Shelby, tell me what it is that you're needing to work on this morning.
Like you said, I've had a bit of a stressful morning. I had a kind of a difficult appointment that I had to go to. So I need some relaxation, and I need some de-stress, some anxiety relief, so that I can continue on with my day and help everybody out there with what they need.
Okay. So we're putting Shelby on the AuraSense. AuraSense is a wellness lounger that actually creates a really nice, basically like a massage in the body. So we're going to allow Shelby to be massaged with sound, and we are going to use Brain Tap, which is our light and sound headset system. Can help you think better, can help you perform better. Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a few different options for you. As you told me that you have had a lot of stress going on. So some of the options for you are Secret Power of Self-Talk, Activate the Magnetic Power of Your Dreams, Create Your Own Enchanted Forest, or Experience Dream Time and Achieve Your Goals.
To experience dream time and achieve your goals.
So with this light and sound headset system, there are over 2,000 different options that we can choose. So if this is something that you are like, you know what, I think I'd like to experience, we do have a demo that you can use that is either a 10 or 16-minute demo so that you can see if Brain Tap might be something for you. So we're going to allow Shelby to put on the headset here. I'm going to put her bed, so she's going to feel a really good de-stress here, as this bed has 26 transducers underneath her, so it actually can put sound in all areas of her body. She could have a different sound frequency on the bottom of her body as the top. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to start the session, and we're going to allow her to go within and help herself overcome some of this stress and overwhelm that she's dealing with. Okay. So I'm here with Shelby now, and she just did the Brain Tap, Experience Dream Time and Achieve Your Goals. How do you feel right now, Shelby? I'll sit. Say that again?
Really relaxed.
Really relaxed? Okay, so on this Brain Tap, what are some things that stood out to you that kind of helped you maybe change how you're feeling and get you into that more relaxed state?
Well, it kind of pointed out that there may have been some past decisions or past situations that I could have been in where I felt like I may have failed, or that may have led down to certain life situations that I find myself in that are stressing me out at the moment. And kind of it walked me through the process of putting that event into a frame, blocking it out, making it the past, take away the emotion from it, and then just moving forward and continuing to get better every day. And just stay relaxed. Don't let anything pull enough emotion out of you that you let it hold on to you and dictate how you live your life.
Awesome. So how, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being completely gone and 1 being everything's still there, how would you rate where you were earlier to where you are right now?
Probably an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
So that's pretty significant.
Yeah.
From
where I was earlier.
Yes. So that is one of the things with Brain Tap that we hear all the time here at the Wellness Center, is that it really takes down your stress level and allows you to have a different perception of whatever the issues are going on in life. So it's why we highly recommend Brain Tap, and we would love for you to come in and do a demo on Brain Tap to see if Brain Tap is right for you. My name is Amber Damos. I am the founder of Life Force Wellness Center, and today I have my great friend Jenny Crabtree here, and we are going to talk about and allow her to choose one of the programs that we have on this particular wellness lounger. So Jenny, I know you've been here before, and so here in Satori, this software, there are 40 different programs that we can choose from. So today, I ask, is there any areas of your body or anything that you're looking to work on so that we can personalize this journey for you today?
Probably my knee.
Okay.
Or my brain.
Your brain? So tell me about your brain.
Just starting to get a little bit of brain fog, getting where words are a little bit harder to pop in the brain quickly.
Okay, so do you feel more stressed?
I have, yes.
Here recently, a lot of stress?
Recently,
Okay.
yes.
So what I'll do with you here today, there's several different programs, but the one that I think you would benefit from the most, and I'll let you choose, there's either vibrational wellness, where this one's just going to give you just a really nice emotional healing, mindful relaxation, or we can look at energy meditation. And what that is just helping you get your energy centers of the body fired up. What sounds best for you today?
Fired up.
Fired up. Okay, so we'll start with energy meditation number 1, session number 1. So I'll have you lay here on the lounger. The heat is turned on, and would you like a blanket?
Yes, please.
All right, so Jenny is just now coming off this 25-minute session. I'll take those from you, and tell me, how was that energy meditation for you?
Really good. I'm smiling now. Just very relaxed and calm. I can feel a calm.
Okay.
And just the different vibration and the different sounds, water and just, you know, the different music, voices. Not really voices, but tones. And I even saw different colors, you know. And,
Okay.
But it was very relaxing. And breath, I could, you know, they helped you with your breathing. And I could feel my shoulders relaxing, my mind relaxing.
So when you first came in, you said you were having some brain fog, and
Yes.
and do you feel that that's been lifted at all, or are you still?
Very much lifted. I mean, they're much better. I feel like I can focus, and the words are coming, and just not thinking about 5 other things too at the same time.
Absolutely. So a really deep relaxation.
Yes.
And so what Jenny was describing is this bed actually uses a sine wave that kind of does the Schumann resonance, which is the frequency of Earth. So between 0 and 50 hertz, and this one does about a 7.3, and depending on what program you pick, it can go up and down from there. So it really gives your body a really, really deep relaxation as it plays different sounds and tones through the headset. So was it a success?
Yes, I would say so.
Yes.
And the heat too, it really added to the vibration in that too.
Yeah. So allowed you to relax on a
Yes.
pretty deep level. So this is the satori. Like I said, in Japanese, that means aha moment. And a lot of times you will wake up going, ha, I just needed that. I got the rest of my day. So if you want to stop in first thing in the morning, grab yourself a session here on the satori and get your own aha moment for the rest of the day, I would highly recommend it, and I think you probably would too.